The fact that y'all let this man continue to talk, y'all not serious. You are the most unserious group of Vikings. Thorkel, where are you, bro? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Vinland Saga. We are now on season 1, episode 17, which is called Servant. So the last episode, we saw that the march with Askeladd and his men continued on. It was not going well. They found out that the Brits and Thorkel were after them. They made a mad dash out of that village, but Thorkel was hot on their heels, and his men, Askeladd's men began to question whether or not he should still be in charge of things, and we ended the episode with them essentially staging a bit of a coup while we had Thorkel on the other side of the banks ready to attack. So things are pretty tense for our Danish people. Let's jump in and find out exactly where we're gonna go with it. So we're gonna do that, but just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know when I drop these episodes, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Thorkel. Oh, I know he's probably gonna die, but he's such a fun character. Like, he's just as disgusting as the rest of these people, but truthfully, at least he brings flair and fun to it. As they say, Askeladd, you go to bed with vipers. At some point, you're gonna get bit. That's bold words, sir. That's very bold words. What you gonna do, Thorfinn? Oh man, what are you feeding her in that bowl? Askeladd's still holding on to that. Very interesting. Glad he's got some belief system in there. Oh, confession time. These are my confessions. Oh, snap. He said, actually, if I'm on my way out, screw you guys. This is actually a truth. That serves y'all right. I don't know why you wanted to talk to him. This man who has never had a fair fight in his entire existence. Ooh, not him being a 6-time wielder. Okay, little Wolverine. What did the horses do? Faith in what? Thorkel's like, guys, wait for me. Then why are y'all still standing here? Move. Alright. Or grab popcorn. Sure. I knew he wouldn't like it. What did I say? He was like, guys, you can't have a party without me. Unfair. I want to play too. The only problem is that Thorkel is so huge, he can't play with others. He just takes everybody out, so it's not fair. Prince Canute looks like he's about to fall off this damn sled, y'all. Yeah, have you not figured it out? That man has got his lips so firmly wrapped around Askeladd's, you know what? He's not doing anything. No, not the horses, please, no. Oh, stop it! That reason alone, all of you deserve to die. All of you. I don't care anymore. The horses are the... Oh my god, Canute just doing the ragdoll. Bro, he's not even trying to break his fall. I can't. But very good catch there, Thorfinn. Did he just eat a bunch of berserker mushrooms? Yep. Told you he had some of them Super Mario mushrooms inside of his jacket. And you're gonna wait for him to eat that ish? Didn't I tell you? Thorfinn's gonna save this man. He is so lost. A lot of y'all clearly underestimated this man's ability to fight. But that was also probably done on purpose. He does not fight in front of his men often, so they don't know the extent of his abilities. Ooh, that armor definitely saved your ass. What is his armor made out of? But that serves y'all right. How the hell you hitting the armor when he's got his whole legs? His whole legs are right there. Okay, be in awe then. He can't do that twice, guys. Keep going! The fact that y'all let this man continue to talk, y'all not serious. You're the most unserious group of Vikings. Thorkel, where are you, bro? Thank you. I'm glad someone got smart enough to realize there's no armor in his damn legs. Ah, feel familiar? That's for Thor's! Oh no, he's gonna see that and he's gonna think of his dad because of the arrows. Your daddy? Your new daddy? Y'all lingered this damn long. He's like, at this point, may as well. I've got an appointment with death. You're gonna have to see me after that. Oh, damn. That was quick. I bet you Thorkel didn't even move his axe from his shoulder yet. He's like, bro, I didn't even start swinging. Yep. Yes, he is. Size matters. Look at him. Ew. He's gonna kill you. No. Oh my god, Thorkel, it's so funny, I can't. Kill everybody, yep. Sorry, y'all. Thorkel likes people who fight. He's not much for the turncoat business. Yeah, they're like, can you make this fun? Because, like, we wanted to do something to work up an appetite. We feel guilty eating lunch without, you know, a little exercise. They're like, yeah! And then Thor, oh. That's why you don't run into battle yelling. He's like, here you go. Oh, he's so nice. See how he gently handed it to you and didn't just hack you in half? Let him limber. Goodbye, Thorkel. Goodbye. Not the time. Come on, you're so tough against women and children. Let's go. He's drooling. Wow. He's like, I broke him. Oh, Thorkel, I don't want you to die, bro. You're the funniest part of the show. Bro, he didn't even touch Askeladd, but okay. Not the horse again, please. Not the horse again, please. I want to know who wrote this show and I want to sue for damages. Because why? What do they have against horses? What did horses ever do to them? The amount of horse abuse. Fair? He's like, I wasn't gonna. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. He's like, bro, okay. I think he is. He's your daddy. Just admit it. Thorfinn, you're such a dumb kid. But, Thorkill wanted his fight. He'll get it. Now, see, I would just go with the mental warfare. I'd be like, would your dad be proud of you seeing you like this? I'm just kidding. He actually knows that the Thors he knew would have loved this. Oh, Thorfinn, how you have fallen, my kid. How you have fallen. All right, guys. Well, more mess has ensued. We see now that, Askeladd, no one can say that man can't fight. I still think that he's a coward because he has stood behind his men for a lot of the nastier things that have happened, but I've never said the man can't fight. He can fight, clearly, and he is devious. He never fights clean, except for, cleaving that man in half. I will give him the props there. He did do that. But anyways, we see that Askeladd basically was doing what he could to buy as much time for his men to get the prince out of there, and we got some more flashbacks to Askeladd's past, and we see that, his mom used to tell him a lot of stories about, basically her belief system and the savior of her people. And, for Thorfinn, it's Vinland, right? That's the dream place. That's everything's perfect and everything's amazing. And I guess for Askeladd's mom, it was this place, what did she call it? Avalon, with fairies and milk and honey and whatever else. And so anyways, clearly these moments with his mother mean a lot to Askeladd, understandably, right? I said this in the episode where we got his backstory. The fact that he carried her on his back after she died, made his way back to Wales to make sure she got buried where she was supposed to be. He clearly has a very strong connection to his mother, and it looks like everything she told him he really took to heart, which is understandable because I have a feeling that looking at that flashback, he did not look like he was doing well, right? Despite the fact that he was the son of a Danish raider who was probably pretty far up there. He's dirty, he's unkept, he looks like he was kind of underfed. So my guess is that his dad didn't treat him very well, which would explain why he hates the Danes, right? If that's his own father and he was treating him and his mother, there's no reason for him to love these people. But if that's where he grew up and that's the people he was around, it didn't give him a lot of options as far as who he could connect with and who he could use to build himself up. And of course, it's giving us the little bits and pieces into why Askeladd is this way, right? And I think, as I've said multiple times, Askeladd is a very interesting character. He's not a hero in any stretch of the imagination, but we are seeing a lot of his story. And him and Thorfinn are kind of in the same boat in the sense of life events pushing them in a direction that had them making choices that were far from ideal. Right? In the case of Askeladd, I think it's fair enough to say that I think his mom probably did her best to teach him that what he was doing or what the Danes did was not right. But that would only take him so far in the land of Danes, right? Because from the sounds of things, he grew up there. He didn't grow up in Wales. He didn't get to have the life that he probably would have if he'd been born properly into nobility, or if his mother had been able to take him back to Wales. He grew up as a runt, one of probably many of his father's exploits, and he wasn't treated well, right? So he would have had to learn to sink or swim in that culture for sure. And he learned to swim. And by doing that, he figured out ways to appeal to these Danes, ways to talk to them, but also how to maneuver and work with them. And then, of course, in that culture, you have to learn how to fight, right? You can't be a pirate and not be able to fight, because he would have lost the respect of his men a long time ago if he couldn't hold his sword if necessary. And so anyway, we just kind of got a little bit more insight into why he's so passionate about Knut not getting hurt. And I'm thinking it's a couple of things. Like he said, the bloodline is something that matters. And again, I still don't know what that flashback to Thor's when he talked about his bloodline, why that came back. But my guess is I'm looking at him, I'm looking at the flashbacks of what Askeladd's mom looks like, and Knut looks so similar. Like he's got a lot of the same features that his mother did. And I don't know if maybe Askeladd's thinking that there's something in Knut that reminds him of like his own people or what could have been, maybe. I don't know. But either way, he sees hope in Knut. And we saw that earlier this episode, or actually it was the last episode, he was saying to the Berserker that he hopes that Knut will reshape himself and not be this quiet, kind of sniveling kind of kid that they've seen up until now. They want him to toughen up. And he also talks about, wanting to be someone, he wanted Knut to be someone that he wants to follow, right? And I think that's something that's been so true of Askeladd. I think Askeladd, because of the horrific childhood he had as far as his father. He's been looking, I think, for that type of someone to show him an example of a good male leader, if that makes sense. And I think that's why I genuinely to this day still believe that he was in awe of Thor's. Like, I really think he looked at Thor's and thought, damn, that's the kind of man I want to follow. That's the kind of man I want to look up to. Like, where was this guy when I was growing up? But there was a contract and he already got paid for it, so he wasn't gonna, let that go. But anyways, I think he's looking for someone he can look up to in that way, or someone that can leave a better example than what he had to grow up with. And so that's why he's so passionately trying to keep Canute from ending up in the wrong place. And I think what he's thinking is that, the current king of Denmark is, well, we've seen him. He's not really useful, and he definitely doesn't have any love for the greater Danish population. I think he's thinking, and again, we know that Askeladd has got ties to the Welsh population as well. We heard that in the big history lesson that he gave to the British guy a couple episodes ago. He's very passionate about what happened to the Welsh side of his family as well. So it just makes Askeladd very interesting. He's got a lot of things that are motivating him. And I thought it was interesting that when he, eventually got taken, well, not taken down, but kind of laid out for the fight anyways with the arrows, that he, his men were like, I've never seen you like this. Like, normally you walk away from a fight that's not worth it. And in this case, it wasn't, right? Because we heard the dude say, like, we don't want to kill you, Askeladd. Like, if you just lay down your arms and let us go after the prince, we're going to let you live. But the fact that he picked a fight with over 50 men and did a good job, like, it looks like he took out a good 15, 20 of them. They were like, this is unlike you. Like, why does this mean so much? And he just said, like, I don't have that much longer to live, and I want to make sure I'm doing what I want with the last part, that I'm making it count. So yeah, whatever it is, he definitely sees something in Canute that he thinks is super valuable, and he thinks it's worth going to these lengths for. And so it's kind of interesting to see anyways as to why he's doing this. And then of course, as I predicted last episode, we know that for Thorfinn it's twofold. One is, of course, he wants to be the one to take, and his whole purpose since he was 6 years old has been to take this man out, right? That's been his life's purpose. He's lived for nothing else. So having somebody else take him out like that, he's gonna feel like all those years, all this time, all the things that he's done that is slowly but surely destroyed his soul, will be for nothing. The other thing is, which he's probably not conscious of at this point, and I've said this, is because for all intents and purposes, Askeladd is Thorfinn's dad. Like, he has been the constant male figure in his life. He's been, how would you say, inadvertently and sometimes directly coaching Thorfinn on how to become a good pirate, I guess. But either way, like, that's someone who's been shaping him and talking to him and backing him and all these other things, which is essentially what a father would do. And that's the closest thing that he has to a dad, right? Because he's no one. Like, Thorfinn has not seen his mom and sister in over a decade. Just forgot all about them. Does not give any craps about them, apparently. I mean, I shouldn't say that. We know he does think about them. But anyways, but yeah, he hasn't seen them. So Askeladd's the closest thing to a parent he's had for the last 10 years. So as twisted as it is, I definitely think that there is, I wouldn't call it love, but there's definitely a connection for him. And I don't think he wants to see Askeladd die either. Like, he keeps saying he wants to be the one to do it, but I genuinely think that if it came down to it and they duel again and he had a knife to Askeladd's throat, I don't think Thorfinn could do it at this point. Like, he wouldn't know why, but he couldn't do it because it's been too long. There's a bond there. Whether or not it's a healthy one is debatable, but it's definitely there. So anyway, we see that Thorfinn returned and basically told Thorkel, who already said, I'm not planning on taking this guy out because he actually respects Askeladd. He threatened him and said, hey, you touch him and I'm taking you out. And of course, Thorkel's looking for a fight. So he's like, okay. He's like, I wasn't going to touch him, but now that you said that, let's fight. I want to fight. That's all I've been asking for. All I've been looking for all this time is there's someone to play with me. So yeah, so that's what's going on. He said, okay, I got challenged to a duel. It's going to be me against the son of Thor's. And of course, Thorkel is stoked about this. Because Thorfinn did manage to take 2 of his fingers, which is something that no one's been able to do up until now. And secondly, because he really respected Thor. And like he said, in his opinion, Thor's was the only fighter he knew of that was stronger than him, which for someone like Thorkel is definitely a feat. Like, showing the difference. The way they showed the difference between Thorkel and that one guy when he's like, dude, you were so big up close. He literally calls that man to short circuit. He is gone. Literally just a dud now. But anyways, yeah, Thorkel doesn't get a lot of challenges, real challenges for fights. So he's looking forward to this. He's been wanting a grand battle. And like he said, if I lose, take Askeladd, take a horse, I'll leave you alone. But, obviously, I don't think he wants to take Thorfinn out. I think he just wants a good battle. So we'll have to see what happens. because he said if I lose. So I think he's thinking you don't have to kill me. And I'm hoping it does. Like I said, I like Thorkel. Thorkel makes me laugh, so I'd be really sad if he does go out. But either way, I just think that I'm sad that if this is the way it's going to be, I feel like Thorfinn needs someone from his past, from his dad's past, I should say, to talk to him, because he really has had nobody, no exposure to anybody who knew him or knew of his father before this whole travesty with Askeladd happened. And I think he needs that badly for a lot of reasons. So I'm just really hoping that no matter what happens with this duel, that he gets a chance to talk to Thorkel and have at least a few good words. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we're gonna have a duel now. The fighting continues as Askeladd's men, the ones that turned anyways, get mopped up. We're gonna have this epic duel between David and Goliath, and we're gonna see who walks away the victor. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.